welcome back to the channel. Myself Shweta Gohil welcomes you to the session of Industrial Electronics. In previous session, it was about the subject introduction and briefing of it. We have also seen basic idea about thyristor and types of it. But today we will see this subject in detail. So let's move to the contents. After the completion of this session, you will be able to learn SCR and its working along with its characteristic. SCR stands for Silicon Controlled Rectifier. Though there exists a large classification of thyristor, however, SCR is considered to be the most crucial member of that family. Thus, thyristor or SCR are referred equal. This is the symbol of SCR, which includes anode, cathode and gate terminal. Now let us see the construction of thyristor. Thyristor is 4-layer 3-junction device which is majorly composed of silicon as its basic material. Its construction almost resembles like a normal transistor. Unlike transistor, it comprises of 4 layers. It is formed by back-to-back joining of transistors having different configurations. This means by combination of PNP and one NPN transistor. The figure represents the structure of thyristor having 4 layers P and PN. Here, the bottommost P region represents anode and the topmost N region shows cathode terminal. The two regions form connection with the cathode and anode terminal with the help of molybdenum plates. Hence, we achieve a 4-layer structure comprising of 3 junctions. Now, let us see working of thyristor. A thyristor is composed of 2 P and 2 N type of semiconductor material, thereby generating 4-layer structure. Let us move further to have a clear idea about how thyristor operates. The 3 modes are forward blocking mode, reverse blocking mode and forward conduction mode. Let's see what happens in forward blocking mode. When anode terminal of the device is connected to the positive terminal of the battery and cathode forms a connection with the negative terminal of the battery, then due to this junction J0 and J2 becomes forward bias. But at the same time, this forward connection makes the junction J1 reverse bias as shown in the figure. Due to forward biasing, junction J0 and J2 allows the movement of the carriers, but the intermediate junction J1, because of reverse applied potential, generates a wide depletion region and blocks the flow of majority carriers through it. However, very small leakage current due to movement of minority carriers flow through the device, but this current is not enough to drive the circuit. So, despite providing forward voltage, the device does not conduct. This is known as forward blocking mode or off mode. Now, the second is reverse blocking mode. The next condition arises when anode terminal of the thyristor is connected to negative battery terminal and cathode is connected with the positive terminal of the battery. This causes junction J0 and J2 to be reverse biased, but at the same time J1 becomes forward biased. So, reverse biased junction J0 and J2 does not allow flow of current to take place. Hence, very small amount of reverse current, that is leakage current, flows through the device. This state of device is known as reverse blocking mode or off state. Now let's see what happens in forward conduction mode. Proceeding further, the actual operating mode of thyristor arises when external gate pulse is provided to it. Here, sufficient positive voltage is provided to anode and gate with reference to the cathode. In the figure, we can clearly see that forward voltage is provided to gate terminal with respect to cathode terminal. Now in this case, the junction J0, J1 and J2 all comes in forward bias condition. Thus, by applying gate trigger pulse, large electric current flows through the thyristor. This state is termed as forward conduction mode. Now even if we remove the gate voltage, then also this cumulative action will take place and current flows through the device once it reaches the minimum value. This minimum current is known as latching current. Now the question arises, then what must be done in order to off the thyristor once it gets on? So the answer to the above question is by reducing anode current up to its lowest value, which is called holding current. Thus, the reduction in anode voltage will bring thyristor again to its forward blocking mode. Now let us see the characteristic curve of the thyristor. Here the figure clearly shows three regions of operation of thyristor. As in the case of forward applied voltage, initially when the gate trigger pulse is not applied, then device operates in forward blocking region. But as the gate trigger pulse is also provided along with forward voltage, then it causes a large flow of current through the device. This represents forward conduction region. At the time when reverse voltage is provided, only reverse leakage current flows through the device. But after certain reverse voltage, the device suffers from avalanche breakdown, and this voltage is termed as reverse breakdown voltage of the device. Now let us see applications of the thyristor. These are widely used in controlling AC as well as DC motors. Employing thyristor in transmission lines improves their power factor, as they have tremendous ability to switch between on and off state, thus majorly used in switching applications. Thyristor have become essential part of high voltage transmission lines. They are used as AC voltage stabilizer, they are used as choppers, used as inverters, used for power control, it is used for DC circuit breaker, battery charger, it is used to adjust light dimmer, it is used to control motor speed, SCR is used in pulse circuit, SCR is also used in AC power control with solid relay. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have understood the topic. Keep watching our channel for more updates. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care.
If you liked the video, please like, share and subscribe the channel. Don't forget to press bell icon for more updates.